We are in for a special treat. Before we had Google or Alexa, if we had a question we couldn't answer, we went to our local librarian. They knew everything, or at least had an idea where to find it and how to look for it. Glenda Sheard has been a librarian since she was a little kid, I'm sure. She is one of the finest Toastmasters I know and an amazing friend. She has been a 12-year Toastmaster and an 8-year pharmacy Speechcraft presenter. She will be filling you in on vocal variety in public speaking. Glenda Sheard, vocal variety in public speaking.
Hello, pharmacy students and fellow Toastmasters. It is indeed my pleasure to be here to speak with you today about vocal variety and why it is important as a speaker. And there are many reasons. Number one reason is if we speak with enhanced vocal variety, we are much more interesting to listen to. We all have listened to speakers that are very engaging and leave us sitting on the edge of our seats. And I'm sure we've all heard speakers where we're slowly sitting in our seats and we could perhaps nod off. A monotone speaker can be extremely difficult to listen to. So vocal variety, it conveys our message, our expressiveness to our audience, to the listener. There are varying effective ways and means of enhancing our vocal variety. Now, let's start with loudness. Many of us may speak in a very soft tone of voice. And then there are others of us that may speak boldly and very loudly. And guess what? There is a way to manage both the soft speaker as well as the loud speaker. We can learn to speak a little bit louder, and we can also learn to speak a little bit softer so that we are not too flat or over expressive for our listener. Another tool to manage is the pitch. We all know people that have very, very, very high voices, as well as people that speak very deeply, very strongly, very boldly. And again, we can learn techniques in ways to enhance our pitch so it is not too high or too low. Let's talk a little bit about voice quality. There are people that have a very, very nasal voice, and it can be very breathy. And sometimes it may not be that easy to listen to, but that is the way that the person that is their voice. Some people speak very harshly and raspy. And again, no criticism intended. That is the way that they speak, harshly and raspy. And then there is the lifeless speaker, the monotone speaker, that they really have no means of expressiveness in their voice. And that can be quite painful to listen to. But again, there are techniques that will help us with voice quality. Moving on to articulation. So important in being a clear and concise speaker. Here's an example. I could say, I'm going to go to the store now, or I am going to the store now. Regardless of whether it's a professional presentation or I'm speaking to a family member, articulation helps get our message across in a much clearer, concise manner. And mispronouncing names or words can, of course, create confusion. Now, the power of the pause as part of effective vocal variety. We learn that the pause can be used as a tool to reduce ums, ahs, so's, and sentence joiners. But the power of the pause in effective communication is indeed a powerful tool. Because when we pause effectively, we draw our audience in. They know this is something important. I need to pay attention. The power of the pause also helps us and the audience to know when we are transitioning to a new part of our presentation. The power of the pause. Our timing and our rate of speaking. Again, we all know people that speak very slowly, very deliberate. And sometimes, if we're a speaker that speaks really, really fast and wants somebody to just get their idea out, listening to somebody that speaks slowly can be extremely painful. As painful as it can be to the listener that is listening to somebody that's talking and just chatter, going as fast as they can. And really, they don't even understand what they're saying because they're just going on and they take no pauses and their tone hasn't changed. And that can be equally as painful. So the timing and rate that we speak is important in vocal variety as well. In closing, effective vocal variety can magnify the meaning and significance of your message. It can let people know how passionate, how enthusiastic that you are about your topic. Good vocal variety helps the audience to pay attention to your message. Communication is a very important element in being an effective leader. Strong vocal variety can help to enhance your effectiveness as a communicator.